Hello everybody, my name is Demon Knight, and today we're recording Let's Play World of Tanks. In this particular match we're going to use the Tier 5 T1 Heavy. Nice looking tank, isn't it? And to show you, I'm going to go to research. Here you can see I had the upgraded turret, the top gun for it, the top radio, so it means like my signal range is farther. Top motor, because it will show you as, and this was the stock motor it came with, and you can, and then this was the next. Once you did use your XP to do the research, then you went to this one, and then you researched this one. I've already researched it all. That's why this tank's considered deleted. It means all my research, including the next tank, has been researched. This top motor still has a 20% chance of fire on impact, but it lets me accelerate faster. And then here I had the top tracks, which allows more weight load for the tank and also higher speeds. And as you can see here, let me show you on the personal file. When I got it, I didn't want to spend. I didn't have a lot of credit, so I only, which is right here. Primary in-game currency earned in battles or purchased for gold. I bought the tank and the crew at 50%, and then first happens is you get them up to 80%, or you get them all the way up to 100%. Once they're at 100%, and yeah, here it says 110, but that's because the driver adds like 10% to their skill levels, oddly enough. But his percentage usually reflects where they're at, and that could be wrong if, say, like if we had a module called a improved ventilation, which I don't use on this tank, which I might eventually get for it to see if it'll help them out a little more. But you get them up to 100%, and then you can start your perks. Well, for him, the first perk was to get him Eagle Eye. Enables the commander to identify critically damaged modules on targeted vehicles within the view range. It is effective both in indirect and direct fire modes. Means whether I'm trying to shoot without using sniper mode or if I'm trying to use sniper mode. I tend to use sniper mode because on certain tanks you have to hit them in specific spots to be able to penetrate, because they only have certain weaknesses. They're not, if you try to shoot normally through their armor, it says it'll bounce or deflect, and so therefore I go to sniper mode to be able to see better, because some tanks have certain areas that are really good to shoot at to do more damage with a less chance of bouncing. Well, this perk allows him to see if there's any critically damaged areas, because then I can try to continue on and cause it to be put out of commission. And then once you get that perk up to 100%, which takes quite a while, once that all the perks go up to 100, then they can get the next perk. And I think they can go up to like 5 or 6 perks. I don't know. My highest is working. All my tanks are working on their second perk, if not less. My best tanks are at 2 perks. Other ones are still working on it because, like I said, at the time I didn't have the credits, because if you had enough credits, you can spend a little extra, a couple 100,000 credits to buy the crew at 80%, which means that pushes them that much closer, so it took them longer. But some of them I just bought them as standard crew. So the next perk this guy got is increased maximum view range, called Recon. Increases maximum view range, means he can see a little further when trying to find tanks. This skill is more effective if observation devices are damaged or when combined with situational awareness, coded optics, and binoculars. That was that guy. And here you can see all the medals that I've gotten. Like, I've gotten, on this particular tank, I've gotten 2 high calibers, cause the highest damage per battle. Patrol duty, help your team damage at least 6 enemy vehicles by spotting them. I've gotten, I get 1. This tank has gotten 8 steel walls, received the highest damage, at least 1,008 hit points, including damage blocked by armor. Strangely enough, on this tank I got Scout. I don't know how that happened without being killed, but somehow I detected more enemy vehicles than anyone else on my team, at least 9, and win the battle. But somehow I got it on this tank. Pakusi's medal, destroy 3 enemy SPGs in one battle. That was a tough one for me, because SPGs is what we call arties. And usually to get to them, especially all 3, if there are 3 in one tank, or in one match, is very rare. Usually you only have 1 or 2, but sometimes I put 3 or 4, and when you do, it's really hard because you get like all the light tanks spotting you. You got the defending tanks trying to destroy you before you get to them, plus the arty does damage. And then in Bruno's, destroy 3 to 4 enemy vehicles while having 5 different modules damaged or crew members injured and losing 80% of hit points. And then there was Sniper. Achieve at least 85% hits out of a minimum of 10 shots fired with potential damage of 1,000 hit points or more. Okay. And the words is for the tank, not the person. This guy, the first perk I gave him was Deadeye. Increases the chance to cause damage to enemy vehicle modules and crew. It is effective. It's basically effective only with AP, APCR, and heat shells. If 2 gunners have the perk, the effect is not cumulative, which means you only need it. So if you had some tanks have 2 gunners, and if you do have 2 gunners, only one of them needs that perk. In the long run, you might have them both get it, just in case one of them's injured and taken out. But really, at this moment, I only have one with it, because the other one, I had him take a different perk to help out. And then he's also got armor improves accuracy of a damaged gun if 2 gunners on the higher rating is effective. Skills accumulated with effects with a vertical stabilizer, which I have not ever gotten. I didn't even know it was available for this tank. Then my second gunner, for him, I gave him Snapshot. Improves accuracy during turret rotation. A lot of these skills, if you have 2 gunners, only the highest one is counted. If they both have it, it's not added to it. It uses one or the others. And then his second perk was Brothers in Arms improves major qualifications and all skills for the entire crew. The perk is cumulative with effects of improved ventilation, extra combat rations, chocolate, case of cola, pudding and tea, strong coffee, improved combat rations, and onigiri. I think it's supposed to be. I don't know what that is. Probably the Japanese food or something. I don't know. Then here we have my driver, and for him the first one I took was controlled impact. Decreases ramming damage to your vehicle and increases ramming damage to the enemy vehicle. This skill is effective only while your vehicle is in motion. And once I got up there, then I took clutch brake. Increases vehicle traverse speed. This skill is cumulative with the effects of additional browsers, Lend-Lease oil, quality oil, remove speed governor, 100 octane gasoline and 105 octane. And what clutch braking does is it makes it so your tank can turn left and right quicker. Because there's a in real life there's a technique on how to clutch clutch your tracks so they'll, because basically what that is you got one in real life how it works is one tread that is going forward, the other one's to go in that particular direction. You got that one going backwards in reverse, and you have to know how to do clutch braking to do that. And that's what that skill does. It makes it so I can turn faster. Then here we have my radio operator. And the first one I gave him was situational awareness, extends view range. And of course, it's not cumulative. It's only whoever. Thankfully, I only have one radio operator. It'd be funny if I had two. And then relaying, extends signal range of allied communication within vehicles radio coverage. Basically, it means tanks with this ability says how far my radio communicates with allied tanks, so that I can receive and send them information on to who and what we're seeing on the map. It basically allows me to let them know if I found a tank and they're farther away where they normally couldn't see it. If they're within my signal range, they'll get the combat information of, okay, there's this particular tank I'm fighting and it's right here. Which is good, like if for arties, I really, that's a good perk to have, so that if I'm gone out forward to the enemy base and I'm getting stuck in a situation, sometimes I can let the arty can see the information and can see I might need help. Maybe he's not busy with helping other people. And then this guy, he is my loader. And the first one I gave him is repairs, because I wanted to be able to repair my tank faster than is standard. Accelerates repair to damaged modules. Effective skills level is averaged across the entire crew. The skill cumulative with the effects of toolbox and large repair. And then again, safe storage increases ammo rack durability. The shells do not come into contact with each other. That's to try to keep from having my ammunition. If I get hit in the ammo rack, try to keep the ammo from blowing up on me and destroying my tank even further. Doesn't totally prevent it, but it helps. Okay. Here we go. Let's go to what map are we getting this time around? Corellia. Nice. Not really. Oh wait. Yeah, I like this map. I was thinking another map, but yeah, Corellia. Okay, on my mini map down here in this lower corner, you can see that there's no green circle with a flag in it, which means it's not capture each other's flag. And this one is called, because I'm on the green side and we have no flag base, it means that we're trying to capture the enemy's flag and they're trying to defend it. Sometimes it's capture each other's flag, so you have to spend half your team part of your team defending, the other part trying to capture. In this case, it's we're all on attack. And the only person that should be sitting back is maybe my arty, which is represented by the square. The diamond shapes, as you see up in the top center of the screen, the diamond stands for light tank, which he's basically a scout. The square means he's an arty or SPG. He's basically an artillery piece on a tank tread. The triangle stands for TD, which is short for tank destroyers. They're smaller guns than an artillery piece on tracks designed specifically for destroying other tanks. The double diagonal slash means that it's a medium tank, and the triple slash means that we're heavy tanks. And I already lost two, they lost one. I have seen nothing. That kind of bugs me. Come on.
Hydraulics are down. We have to hand crank the turret. Enemy is hit. Penetration.
Keep damaging them.
Enemy armor is damaged. They're knocked out. We're dead for. Everyone get out.
That was short for me. Because of course, as you can see, the TDC way back there did not. Obviously, all that damage was straight me. And the KB1 just now stepped up to help me out, and it's a little too late. And you will run across that on a frequent basis. Now, when you die, you got an option of escaping back to garage, or you would hit control and then select one of these tanks that you want to spectate from. Okay, in this case, because I was over here and the church one was not too far and he's still alive, control and then click on him, and here you are spectating him. Let me get a little closer, because for some reason when you're zoomed out on him, you can't hear what his crew says, and I want everyone to be able to hear what the crew is saying.
We're immobilized.
So you get an idea of what's going on. It said immobilized. What that means is his track's been knocked off.
We fixed the track. Get going.
Now the funny thing is, at times, like on my tanks, I've noticed that you'll hear them say, "Oh, we fixed the track, but yet I can't move." So it either means A, they have somehow knocked off both my tracks from hitting me in the track area, or somehow the game errored and did not realize that there's no way that it could have been repaired if I kept getting hit in the same track. See, like in this case, both his tracks were knocked off. Right as they were repairing the one track, the other one got knocked off.
We fixed the track.
So far it's 11-9.
We've lost the track.
And he's been tracked again. Poor guy. He may be doomed. And he's doomed. So let's go find another tank. Everyone's over there. Let's go with the KB1. one. He's got quite a few kills. Now, the important thing about playing this game is to realize kills are not that important. Your XP is based off of the amount of damage you do. So now, I mean, I've had matches where I've torn a tank I've shot tanks and left them with only 3 hit points, and then another tank shoots and gets the kill. But I got more XP than that guy because of the fact that I did the most damage. Watt is still trying to fix that little thing of, unfortunately, the medals are more based off the kills. Even though they kind of fixed it somewhat, where now there's ones for damage, but they're trying to get it fixed so that the damage percentage that you do to a tank gets more counted than the kill does. It's a little wonky right at this moment, but they're getting there. By the same token, I'm hoping that they fix some issues that I've reported to them that are minor, but a little irritating, especially if you like particular lines of tanks, and also when you have relatives who have seen action with those tanks in real life and know historical reality of certain tanks and how it's. I understand you're trying to go for game balance, great, but like take the Tiger class tanks, they have nerfed it boundlessly, and it's nothing like what reality is for World War II. During World War II, the Tiger class tanks were one of the meanest tanks to face in a field, and that was a win for us. They destroyed everybody. Didn't have to capture the flag. So when the battle is over, if you stayed in the match to follow through, it'll bring up this screen automatically. And the first one is personal score. Shows you here, date and time, what tank, and it says, oh, it's just destroyed by a shot by Purple Leo 1980, who was in a PFD-2. Not that I know what a PFD. Oh no, that's what clan is from. Okay, which is this guy here. It was the Churchill one that killed me. And this icon means that you spotted them. If this icon was lit up, it would have meant that I assisted in destroying, which was damage caused with your assistance. This one shows you what modules, vehicle modules damaged and crew members injured by you. As you can see here, all I did was injure his driver and gunner before I destroyed them. This one is your damage, and it shows damage caused by you to enemy vehicle. Tells you, as you can see here, it says I did to him only 139 total damage for hit points, with a total of total number of penetrations, which means one shell went through him. That's what penetration means. One shell went in, and it doesn't count the bounces. Okay, so here you can see that it says I penetrated him 4 times with a shell for a total of 350 points of damage, which brought this icon up, which means because I'm the one that killed him. So then here you have your detailed report that shows you how many shots fired, how many direct hits and penetrations, 5 of 5. Splash damage for me was 0 because they all hit. This damage is 489. From a distance of more than 300 meters was 0. I was not more than 300 meters away from the enemy. Hits received 10. Penetrations 8. 2 non-penetrations. Hit received as a result of splash damage was 0. Damage blocked by armor was 170. Damage cost to allies destroyed hit point was 0-0. Thank God, because I hate doing that because you have to pay extra credit for the repair, which means you get less for yourself. Enemy vehicle spotted 2. Enemy vehicles damage destroyed was 2 damaged, 1 destroyed. Damage caused with your assistance 0. Base capture defense points 0. As you can see, I didn't travel very far. This is the credits received for whether you win or lost. Then fine for causing damage to allies, like if you shot someone. Now they're still working on an issue there of I've had tanks run into me because they weren't paying attention that I was ahead of them, and they ran into me. Didn't do anything to my tank, but they damaged themselves, and I got charged for it. Compensation for damage caused by allies, nothing. No one did any damage to me. I'll show you that in the services in a second. I have auto repair vehicle checked, and it's automatically taking. This is how much it cost me to repair it. Auto resupply ammunition. That's how much it cost me. Auto resupply is consumables is 0 because either I have some extras in my depot from certain missions will give you extra items, or I didn't use them. Like in this case, I did use the repair, I think, for my track. Not that it helped me, but I have some in the depot from winning from completing missions. I'll show you that too. And then this is after all the deductions and everything. This is what you got. Then here it says starting time, battle durations, time of destruction. This is your experience, which is what goes towards your research, which in this case it's stuck on this tank until I buy gold to convert to free XP, because these XPs are only designed for that particular tank that you earned it on. And here it says received 373, and here is 18. I think that's without. No, I was gonna say that's without the 3x, but I didn't. I had already got my 3x, so that can't be right. I was gonna say times 3 somewhere. No, yeah. Fine for causing damage to allies 0. So that's. Oh, never mind. I get it. I remember now. Well, sorry, derp. This is how much XP I received for the tank itself. This is how many free XP that battle has earned me. And free XP means it can be used on any tank, whereas this can only be used on this particular tank, which in this case doesn't do me any good because you can't go any further with it. It's maxed out in research. And then you got this tab here called Team Score. And depending on what you have it set at, like some people like to have it to see who they'll have it set for on this tab, which is sort by XP. I do it by damage because I'm trying to see where I stand in that particular battle, because there's the current missions are based off of being in the top 10 damage percentage damage area for the battle to get points towards that mission. And so I have it set for that. It tells you who the user was, user's name, and what tank they're operated and how much damage they did. This column here shows you how many tanks they destroyed, and then if anyone had gotten any medals, it would show you which ones, and you would just be able to hover over and it would tell you what that medal was called. And possibly you might be able to figure out what it means. I know there's a place where it shows you what that medal does. How do you get that medal? Now, as far as all the auto, here's the services. As you can see, it says repairs 100%. And it says repair automatically. Repair will be performed automatically if necessary after vehicle battle leaves, or after the vehicle leaves battle. Left click to enable disable. See, I always have it enabled because you don't want to go to the next battle with any damage. Because there are some tanks that can do some serious damage with one shot alone, and if you only had 50% of your health already when you went to the next, so it'd be pointless, I always have that automatically clicked. I have this one automatically clicked to always resupply my ammo. I don't want to run out. Now here is the different ammos. This is armor piercing. This is armor piercing composite rigid. And here it shows you what the cost is. And this is not for all of it. That's per shell. Okay, either 7 gold or 2,800 credits. Which, as you can see, my total weapon payload is 75. To switch it to this would be real expensive. So, and people always haggle over, oh, you used gold round, because that's what they refer to this, because the cheapest way to buy it is with gold. So they refer to this as gold round, and people haggle over, oh, you used gold round. I joke around about, with a player about, oh yeah, you had to use a gold round, but for me, I'm not complaining, I'm joking, because I know that sometimes these rounds, look at if you look at all here, it shows you what their penetration and their damage output is. Like the AP has higher penetration. It does, for this particular gun, its AP penetrates 96 to 160 millimeter armor, but its damage is only 86 to 144. Now high explosive, as you can see, way lower penetration, 29 to 48 millimeters. But look at the damage is almost twice that. A little less than twice, like 1.75 or 77 times higher, something like that. I'm not very good at doing math in my head. But you can see its average damage is anywhere from 139 to 231. Well, this one has both the higher penetration, but it has the same type of damage output as this, but it can penetrate further. But like I said, I don't use it because it's just so costly. You gotta think, to buy another tank, or in certain tanks where you're doing research, once you've got the research, you have to buy that part to put it on that particular tank. It takes these credits. Well, I need to repair all my tanks when they're done with battle and to resupply, so I'm not going to eat up my credits for this because it'll go quick, because the problem is the higher the tier, the more money it's going to cost. And then here, I like to have my consumables supplied. And what consumables are is there's different ones, but the main ones that I use is the small repair kit. You can only carry one. Now if you have a large repair kit, you can equip a large repair kit which fixes all the systems, all your broken components at once, and then carry one small together. But that gets kind of expensive, so I just carry the small repair kit, because if I need more than one, well, tough kitties for me. It means I either A, did not place smart enough, or B, the other team was playing a little smarter than my team. And then of course the repair kit, sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. Depends on the situation. Like if a driver's down down and my engine is damaged, then of course I'm going to use the first aid kit to get him out, up and going again, so that he can drive the tank and get me back to speed. Manual fire extinguisher is sometimes your engine will catch on fire or your ammo will catch on fire and you want to be able to put the fire out. Well, there's one of two ways. Either A, you can stop doing anything and wait for the fire to go out. But the drawback to that is, yeah, it saved you credits, but it takes quite a while and you could die because it takes a while and it eats up your health points, which is basically your armor. So I usually have one equipped because as soon as my thing catches on fire, I hit the button for it and it puts it out. I mean, you still take a little extra damage while it takes it for you to hit that button, you know, depending on your reaction time, but it's better than waiting for it. Unless it's like certain tanks, I won't use it at all because it's like, what's the point? I mean, I'm dead anyways. So that's for that one. Now let's do another battle. Now we're gonna go with the Tier 7 American line T29. And here you can see it has 1250 hit points. This is its weight and low limit. Engine power, its max speed, what its traverse speeds is, what the whole armor's like, what the turret armor is, its standard shell damage, standard shell penetration, rate of fire, how fast the turret turns, what's my max view range, except for it doesn't take in consideration of perks and extra gear, and this is the signal range. And once again, we'll go over here to research, and as you can see, I have the upgraded turret, I have the biggest gun for it, are you serious? Hold on. I just noticed that I've not... Oh, that's weird. I could have sworn I researched everything. But obviously I did not. For all this time I've been playing this tank, not realizing. Okay. Okay, now I have the maxed out gun. And now I need to max out the radio. Wow, I wish I would have realized that earlier. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, when it came to this game, even I have derpy moments. And did not realize that this whole time that I've been operating this tank, I have not been using the top equipment. Yes, I was using the top gun. Yes, I was using the top turret. Yes, I was using the top track. But I was not using the top radio, nor was I using the top motor. Shame, shame, shame on me. Oh, see, now it's showing 800 horsepower. As you can see, it didn't change the max speed. But that's because that's done by tracks. It just means I can get up to that speed faster. And as you can see now, it says my signal range went up too. Which means I can communicate with allied tanks faster. Alright, here, let's go to that. And as you can see, my guys only got one perk each. Like, typical for me, my commander takes recon. In this case, my gunner took snapshot. I don't know why I took snapshot and not something else. He's doing preventive maintenance to try to which I'll show you what that does. Preventive maintenance reduces the chance of engine fire by preventing gas or oil leakage in the engine compartment, which comes in handy. Keeps them from blowing up more often. And as you can see here, I've gotten, this particular tank has only gotten one high caliber, caused the highest damage per battle. 5 times I've gotten steel wall, which has received the highest damage. And once again, this somehow got scout. Kind of weird, because heavies really should not be getting scout. Shows you either I got really lucky or my team was sacrificing me. Which either way kind of makes you go, huh? And here we are once again in El Kholouf. Now this map has changed after the last update, since from when I played originally. And they took away some hills, and basically they instead of being a straight wall on hills, now there's openings along it. So now instead of just being like one or two ways you went, now there's multiples. And what it's for is because they're really pushing the learn to work together as a team type deal, instead of, oh, I'm the top, you know, I'm proving I'm the top combatant. So even if you were like the so-called pro at this game, they're trying to get you to learn, they're trying to put more effort into learn to work as a team and stop trying to be a hot dog. Me, I'm never trying to be a hot dog. I got better things to do with my life than trying to show, because one, I'm not that great of a player. I make a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's partly because I think unorthodoxly, and so therefore I do combat differently. As you can see, I'm trying to go to sniper mode, and everyone's trying to be like the pro ace and all that, so they're jumping. Oh, I see a bigger threat coming. As you can see, this match went pretty well for me, surprisingly. Of course, this may have been a fatal mistake if... nope. Not today, it's not. Oh, let's see, what did I do? Oh, I got a Mastery Badge First Class. Which means I awarded for mastering and controlling an armored vehicle. To qualify, a player must earn more experience in a battle than the average highest experience of 95% players who have fought in this vehicle for the previous 7 days. Not bad. And high caliber. Cause the highest damage per battle. Got another high caliber. Because as you can see here, I spotted the T-34-85. Here you can see systems destroying, 247 damage upon your shooting the track, 42 points damage upon your spotting, 316 points upon your spotting, 48 points upon my damage upon my spotting them. See, on the IS, I knocked out his tracking gun, but didn't destroy it. So he's able to repair it. Uh-oh. No wonder he became a dead guy. Because I destroyed his engine and hit the track. Now he had to make a choice. Which one are you going to repair? And in which case, when you take out both of those, he's not going anywhere because he can only repair one. And, well, unless he's got a large repair kit, then he can repair them all. But it means you can. They have not many people use those, but some do. Didn't help him anyway, so I could kill him. This guy knocked out his ammo rack. Oh, and this guy knocked out his ammo rack. Here I hit him penetrated him 4 times for a lot of points. Pretty good, pretty good. And of course you can see I destroyed 4 of them. Detailed details. See, here's the free XP, but because it was my war for the first victory of the day for this tank, it's ×3, so this is all the XP for this tank got, which he doesn't really need. Well, yeah, I do, because I need it to be able to research the next tank. And this is how much of the free XP I got. And then let's go to team. And of course I got the highest experience. I was tied up with the SU-152 for number of kills, but I got more XP than him because, as you can see, I did more than twice the amount of damage he did. Good job. Which means my next tank, I'm probably really going to goof up. And you can see because of that helped this perk level go up a little. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to show you was the modules. Okay, for a lot of my tanks, if you watch my videos, you'll notice this icon down here. A lot of my tanks, I use the large, depending on what tank it is. There's caliber tank gun rammers, and what they do is they take off 10%, 5-10%, a certain percentage of your loading time for that particular gun, which means how much faster I can reload and fire. And then on some of my tanks, you'll see a weird icon where it looks like a piece of metal with a shell going through. What that is called a spall liner. It's if you look in real life, it's a specialized metal plating or bracers that's reinforced behind the regular armor, but a lot of them are just metal plating, thick metal plating is put within the hull, designed to stop, or not to stop, but to reduce the amount. As you can see here, it says plus 30% to armor protection from ramming explosive. It's supposed to, it won't totally prevent it, but it reduces the amount of chance, and then how much damage they can do with ramming, and or and how much damage, and it gives me another plus 30% protection of the crew from injuries. Doesn't mean they can't be hurt, they still can. And then here you can see you can go with other items. Here it's showing you what I have on it. Like I could put a camo net on it, which is nice and all, except for reduces detection chance when the vehicle is stationary. With my T29, I'm usually not in a situation where I'm standing exactly still long enough, or even if I am standing still for a bit, I'm not in a situation where this tank is covered, so it's not really hiding. I mean, there's binoculars. They add plus 25% to view range for stationary vehicles up to 500 meters. Coated optics, plus 10% to view range up to, which I might consider. Then you got enhanced gun lane drive, plus 10% to aiming speed, which is how fast you turn. As you see, like if I'm moving my gun, you'll see the reticle being big circles, and then it shrinks down. That's the aiming. Then there's the enhanced torsion bar, which is plus 10% to suspension load capacity, plus 20% to suspension durability. And it says minus 50% to hull damage caused by suspension damage during impact. That might be interesting to get, but I need more. I need to wait till I build these credits up, because I got tanks and enhancements. And I think I might want that, because it means when they do hit me in the track, it's less like, it'll reduce the amount of damage that actually I take to overall. Then there's filled tank with CO2, plus 50% to fuel tank durability. I've not really seen there being an actual effect of someone hitting you in the tank, other than it's just a damaged component. Here you can get the toolbox, adds plus 25% to repair speed. I might consider getting that. And then there's the wet ammo rack, class 2, plus 50% ammo rack durability, but I've not really run into a problem with that. Plus it's really costly. Here it's improved ventilation, class 3, which is plus 5% to all crew skills. And then here is the vertical stabilizer MK2, plus 20% to accuracy during movement and turret rotation. Not bad to have, but for now I'm just going to leave it like this. I don't have enough credits to And let's go to another battle. Here we have what is the M10 Wolverine. It is a Tankdestroyer. Yes, it says elite, but that's only because I've done all the research, and I'll show you that in a second. I like this one, which is funny because I like that one better than the one that you were supposed to research after this. As you can see, I use the, even though the average penetration doesn't look as well as, say, like that. And that has a 14.63 rate of fire, whereas this has only a 7.79, and it's got lower average penetration. But if you look at the damage, this does way more damage when it does penetrate. And as you can see, I had the top turret. This is the secondary top gun. But like I said, I like the 105, which they refer as the derp gun, because it doesn't have all three stats like this one shows. It shows 57, 25, 25. Or whoops, wrong gun. Where here it says 128, 177, 38 penetration. And I believe that's based on what shells you use. Yeah. The 128 is with AP round, 177 is for the APCR, and the 38 is with HE rounds. Whereas this gun, I believe, can't use APCRs. I think it can only use AP or HEs. So you can see I have the top turret. I had here, here is the top radio, here is the top motor, here is the top track. And here I have the, you can see I researched, and I have already bought this tank. This one I've just researched, but I haven't bought. I haven't bought because it's one, I'm not sure if I really want it, even though it's really fast. I'm not sure if I like the tank. Even though other people have used it effectively, I don't know if I can use it effectively. Plus, as you can see, it costs that just, and that's with a 50% crew. If I wanted to go 80%, it's going to cost some extra 100 to 200,000 K, and you can see I don't have a lot. And that's because of me buying my upgrades and not doing so well in all my battles, especially in my upper tiers. My upper tiers really, and what I mean by upper tiers, you can see this here, it shows you what tier. Now, some of you might be asking, well, how's your tanks down here lined up? They do it normally when you first start, and especially as you start accumulating more tanks, you only got a limited amount of what they call garage slots, which I'll show you over here. Here it says purchase vehicle vacant slots 2. Now they're saying I can buy another vacant slot for 300 gold, which, as you can see right now, I have no gold. I have 2, and that's because I have so many tanks going on right now. Because I like them and I just refuse to get rid of them. Whereas like the Churchill 3, it's a premium tank, which means it costs money. It costs real money to buy gold and to be able to buy it. You can't research it or nothing like that. You actually have to go to the store, to what here they call it store, and buy it. Nothing can research to it. I have the TOG too, this the same way. and then my Ram 2. They're all premium tanks, meaning they can't be researched and gotten normal. They are bought with gold. Okay, like I said, you can see it's fully researched. But they normally do it by, they class all Americans together, all the Germans together. The reason you see on my bar that I got this German Tiger P in front of the Americans is because I had set this, where if you right clicked on it, it was click as a primary tank, and that's what it is. It's my primary tank. I like to use that one. That one, and then the T29 and the Wolverine. But I chose the Tiger P because that was my main one that I play first. That's the very first one I want to play. Okay, so here we go. Wolverine. I'm going to run the field. Oh no, spilled a little coffee. So, you know what? I was going to smoke this one. I know it's not a joint. I do rolling cigarettes. I know, smoking is bad for you. And I hope to quit eventually. But I have to wait till all my stress and other things get worked on first, then I'll work on quitting. Still haven't gotten that right. Oh, wait. Okay, there's enemies nearby. I guess he got him right as I fired. Because unfortunately, I just had a minor lag spike.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Well, what was that? T40? No, that was an SU-85B. Well, I guess he ain't gonna be a. Well, as you can see, I didn't do so well on this particular tank today, or I should say this match, but that's okay. Well, I had a couple of things distracting me, and therefore wasn't fully paying attention, concentrating on what I should be. And so for now, I will say goodbye, and see you in the next video.